Welcome to cycle 3, week 9 hand motions. So we're going to start with timeline, which is Byzantine. We're going to do a B hand, which is just hold up your hand and tuck in your thumb. Byzantine Emperor. So just take that same hand from Byzantine and fold all 4 fingers down to make an E. And then we're going to take the E to our shoulder and do the sign for King. Whenever we do the sign for King, we make a sash, whether it's Jesus the Messiah or Byzantine Emperor or Lord or whatever, we do the sash. So Byzantine Emperor, Justinian, we're going to do a J. Just do an I finger and scoop it like a J. And then we're going to go to Benedict, another B hand, and monasticism. So for monasticism, we're going to just fold these 3 fingers over our thumb and then tuck this one down. So you have like your little thumb sticking out over the 3 humps. And we're going to make 2 M hands. This is M. And we're going to pretend like we're putting on our monk's hood. Benedict and monasticism. Just like that. If you can't make the M hands, just put your hood on. But it's like this. Okay. And then we're going to go, just leave the M hand. Don't get rid of it because we're going to do Mohammed founds Islam. So your M hand, and then you're going to hold out a palm and you're going to put your 2 fingers like this, like knees, bending to pray. This is a sign for Islam. Muhammad founds Islam. Zanj and early Ghana in Africa, that they were trading. So we're trading back and forth. Zanj and early Ghana in Africa. Franks, we're gonna do F. And the Franks were the French. So we're gonna sign French, which is an F with the palm facing you. And then we flick it around. Franks defeat the Muslims at the Battle of Tours. And then for Golden Age, we're gonna sign, point to our ear like an earring and make our Y and shake it. So for Golden Age of Islam, again, the knees bowing in prayer. Vikings, we're gonna do the same sign we did for the Visigoths sack Rome. It's Vikings raid, they're taking stuff, raid and trade. So the same thing we signed for Zanj and early Ghana in Africa, we're trading, we're passing things back and forth. So really quick, Byzantine, Emperor, Justinian, Benedict, and monasticism. Muhammad founds Islam. Zanj and early Ghana in Africa. And then they play drums on this, so you can pretend to play the drums when the drums start. Franks defeat Muslims at the Battle of Tours. Golden Age of Islam. Ooh. And then Vikings raid and trade. Really quick, so 500 is 5, hold up 5 fingers, and then make a C hand for 100. C is the Roman numeral for 100. 500 AD, 500 AD.
580, 580. Byzantine Emperor Justinian, Benedict and monasticism. Mohammed founds Islam, Zanj and early Ghana in Africa. Franks defeat Muslims at the Battle of Tours. Golden Age of Islam. Ooh. Vikings raid and trade.
Sorry, trade was like this. I did Oregon. Vikings raid and trade. And for the 15s, we are going to do the chants, and we're going to play musical dots with the 15s, singing the song. And then we're going to go to history, and history this week is Civil War. Tell me about the secession of the southern states, which the southern states want to leave the northern states, secession, Civil War. So the Compromise of 1850. So last week we did for Compromise, the Missouri Compromise, we shook hands. So the Compromise of 1850. And then the Fugitive Slave Act. We are going to, so in our class, we all have our dots that we stand on. We're gonna run from our dot to somebody else's dot, and that's where we're gonna stand for the rest of it. So we're running away. A fugitive is somebody who runs away from, in this case, the slaves are running away from their owners. So you're running away somewhere else. So we've run away, and then, and the Dred Scott decision. So we're gonna do a thinking, like we're thinking, just like this, ponder. The Dred Scott decision preceded the secession. Secession means leaving. So we're going to leave the dot we're on and go back to our own dot. Secession of the Southern states.
Week 9. Tell me about the secession of the Southern states. The Compromise of 1850, the Fugitive Slave Act, and the Dred Scott decision preceded the secession of the Southern states.
The Compromise of 1850, the Fugitive Slave Act, and the Dred Scott decision preceded the secession of the Southern states.
On to Latin rules, verb rules. So for verb rules, the song is very slow, but we're gonna try to make it more lively. So Latin, make an L hand, verbs, make a B hand. Latin verbs have different endings. So for endings, to make it a little silly, we're gonna tap our tushy because it's our ending. Latin verbs have different endings called, and we're gonna pretend to be pirates because this word sounds like a pirate word. I don't know why, but to me it does. Called conjunctions. So Latin verbs have different endings called conjunctions. I'm gonna do this one with the song just because it's a very slow song. That's how we're gonna do that one. Okay, what are the 4 parts of the lymph system? Okay, we're gonna start with lymph vessels. So a vessel sounds like a ship of some sort, so we're gonna do lymph vessels. For lymph nodes, we're just gonna sign N, which is 2 fingers, and you put your thumb right here and you plop the 2 fingers over, so you have 2 humps over your thumb. Lymph nodes, because node starts with an N. And then we have our spleen. The spleen is on the left side right here. So we're just gonna point to where our spleen is. And then the thymus. Thymus is like right here between our lungs. So we're just gonna, right here. So spleen, left side, like toward the ribs, and then the thymus right here.
For parts of the lymph system. These are for parts of the lymph system. Lymph vessels, lymph nodes, spleen, thymus.
Conjugating to lay this week, so I can't fully video this, but we are gonna do 2 and then an L hand for to lay, and then for when they do lays, we're gonna lay down on the floor on our backs, and then when we go to the past, which is laid, we're gonna flip to our tummies. And then when we go to present participle, we're gonna flip to our backs, and that's laying. And then past participle, we're gonna flip to our tummies and do laid again. So to lay, lays, laid, laying, laid. So we'll go back and forth.
Let's conjugate to lay. Here we go now. To lay, laid, laying, laid. Hey, hey.
So we're gonna have lots of fun flip-flopping on the floor. Last is states and capitals. We have Salt Lake City, Utah. So we are gonna have, like, pretend like you have a piece of meat or a piece of bread, and then you've got your 2 fingers and you're just sprinkling the salt on it. Just like this. Just tapping it. And then Phoenix, Arizona, we're gonna sign Phoenix. So that's an X hand, just like this. Like you're got a hook, like you're a pirate, and then your little thumb is hooked out there too. And then you shake it, Phoenix. And then Carson City, Nevada, we're just gonna do a C for Carson and a C for city. Carson City, Nevada. For Sacramento, California, we're gonna pretend like we're surfing because we're in California. And then Honolulu, Hawaii, we're gonna do like a luau.
Salt Lake City, Utah, Phoenix, Arizona, Carson City, Nevada, Sacramento, California, Honolulu, Hawaii.
That is it for week 9, cycle 3 hand motions.